Hi, everyone. My name is Erica Kesilman, and I started EK coaching and somatic therapies 5 years ago after being in the educational field for almost 20 years. And I became a parenting coach for many reasons, primarily because of my own personal struggles in early childhood with my daughter. And I had a longing to really understand patterns of behavior and understand myself and really make good choices, feel like I could put my head down at night and sleep deeply, knowing that I'm showing up and being the best parent I could be. And I know that I would like community and new tools that were really revolutionary and forward thinking that got to the root of what's happening beneath the behavior of particularly a child. So I just operated from that place of understanding and having more confidence and feeling really empowered that I was communicating in ways that felt good for my value system or our value system as a family. After being an educator for such a long time and having the background in child development and child psychology and just human development, and obviously with the teacher education process and training, you have a number of different resources and psychological, cognitive, intellectual understanding of how to connect to children or how to relationally communicate with other adults professionally and helping people learn and grow and expand. And what I found that through the Jai Institute, they provide you with an enormous number of evidence-based resources and research dating back to attachment science and also incorporating new revolutionary practices in psychosomatics and neuroscience, so that really it comes to a matter of deep understanding of a person's, your own really patterning and reactions and responses. And with that understanding, there's a huge transformation in how you look at the world and how you look at human relationships or behaviors on the surface level. So there's so many different tools and resources, and I knew that those weren't available in many aspects or many fields of education. So I just knew that the conscious parenting approach and Jai parenting had a combination of not just intellectually, maybe on the surface level, kind of shifting, changing, manipulating, if you will, how to facilitate an environment that results in a lot of learning and engagement and growth or curiosity. But they also included the mind and the body to be able to understand just certain behaviors that or symptoms of, for example, the nervous system that are a bit confusing. And when you stay surface level, you run into a lot of roadblocks, and ultimately it can be harmful. So it gave a complete picture at this human relational system and how you can better facilitate expansion of that, which is connection, peace and harmony, but essentially, knowing self and empowering ourselves, empowering the kids to be lifelong learners and really have that lifelong curiosity. So when I graduated Jai, I started building my practice from the place of community first and looking at where my community needed the most help, or maybe just where certain challenges lied. I looked at my own personal journey, obviously friends and family, looking at where they share their vulnerable experiences about how hard it could be to be in relationship in a co-parenting relationship, or obviously with our children, maybe some things with their child's academics at school. So being open to hearing everybody's areas of challenge or roadblocks, and seeing that as opportunity to invite more additional resources. So just starting at the community level was really powerful because you can meet the needs of people immediately by offering free talks, free workshops, a book to read, provide them with something they just haven't not considered. And I found that face-to-face relationship is very powerful. Using social media is helpful too, and you can find what works best for you. Certainly, in the end, you want to be able to tap into what your strengths are and not override your system, not burn out and not push yourself, but really practice a patience and practice growing your business in a way that suits you and meets your value system and your needs and aligns with what's going to work for you and your family. So maybe you want to grow it to be something really, really big, or maybe it feels great to serve, a school setting or a healthcare setting in your community, or a few friends and neighbors. But make it personable, make it practice as much as you can that self-confidence and embody all of the tools and resources that Jai provides, because it's going to come so naturally. And that's what I see that people are longing for the most, is somebody to be present with them, to attune to them, to really listen, hold space. And when the opportunity arises, if they'd like more support, they'd like more resources, then you're there and you're ready and you have that confidence to provide them with that. As a homeschooling mom, I'm able to fit my business into life and to parenting through me getting very clear on what's most important to me and the family. So identifying, if you're going to put the business first, what supports are in place that are going to help you also, take care of the children and meet their needs, or vice versa, right? If, the needs of your children are going to come first and your health and the relationship with a co-parent, putting that at the forefront of what's important and what you need there to take care of yourself. So, we're just prioritizing, making a daily devotion, a daily intention to put the phone down, put the computer away, kind of lock it up in the closet or in the drawer, have a separate office space, and literally close the door and don't go there for a couple hours. So you're really present with the children, with your family when it's called for that time. So carving out certain times of day, for example, dinner time, dinner time is the time that's sacred for our family. So not looking at our phones, but having, even if it's just 10 minutes, 20 minutes to sit down as a family, to realign, to connect, is so life enhancing, and so rejuvenating and valuable. It just invaluable for the connection. And then on top of that, spending that other time, carving out specific time for your business and finding the right supports in place. If your co-parent isn't quite available to support you, maybe it is going to be a babysitter, a friendly neighbor, another family member. So somebody who is really on your team that you can rely on if something comes up last minute, especially. My business and my coaching has evolved tremendously in the past 5 years, because while my background is in education and teaching, coaching is just a lot different. So it's almost like doing a 360, really, if you're coming from a profession where you're administering or sharing or guiding and giving information, especially in traditional school settings where it's more top down or more in a hierarchy kind of system. And coaching is like co-creating and walking with your clients and guiding them, like where you're on the same level. And it just comes from this place of immense curiosity and knowing how to ask the right questions, when to ask the right questions. I think above all things too is presence. So for me, it evolved into really learning a new skill in many ways. It takes a skill to become the present and attuned and witness of your client, to be able to guide them in the powerful way, to guide them closer to their truth and what they want to create for their lives, instead of, pushing a particular agenda per se, or, they're meeting a certain standard and helping them reach that standards, where that's what it was like in teaching. So for me, it evolved in a way of just honing that skill, learning the skill, and also being able to expand into what Jai creates is that mind-body connection. And for me, I became so embodied and passionate about somatic work and psychosomatics, neuroscience, and neurobiology that I expanded my research and certifications in that aspect as well. That has helped to bring the coaching into a different area, or into a different capacity. So it's evolved in many ways. I think also the last part would probably be in my outreach, with having more, I would say, confidence, and also just nervous system kind of resiliency around, with businesses. There's going to be fails, there's going to be rejection. So there's going to be, heartache and heartbreak. So the resiliency that has come with that, it's to be expected, right? If you're here starting off as a new coach, just to know, it might be helpful to know that will happen most likely, especially if you don't have a background in entrepreneurship or building a business. So just know that you're not alone. It's very common, and it feels very empowering and expansive to overcome those very common hurdles, and now be in a space of being able to support a wider audience on a bigger level or bigger scale. There's absolutely an immense amount of passion and heart that really lights me up about this work. And I could get deeply emotional about it, because it was not only transformative for me, but being able to really witness other people in their transformation is immensely, it's hard to put words to it. It's heart opening, it's heart expanding. I mean, to the really limitless capacity. I mean, you see somebody's heart open up in such big ways and connect with their co-parent and their child and themselves. It's just, it's amazing to witness. So I feel like that really brings my own inner passion, and why I just love what Jai offers, and obviously would encourage everyone and anyone to be able to take advantage of the program.